Hello my dear students, today we will study about equipotential surfaces and relation between electric field and electric potential. First we will study about equipotential surfaces. What is the meaning of equipotential surfaces? From the name itself it is clear that the surfaces for which potential remains same at every point on the surface, then that surface is called equipotential surface. An equipotential surface is a surface with a constant value of potentials at all points on the surface. मतलब if we consider point charge, then for point charge Q, what is the electric potential at distance r? At a distance r, electric potential can be given by the equation 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by r. From this equation it is clear that in three-dimensional space at a distance r, potential will remain same. It means here as shown in figure, if we consider this point at a distance r from this charge plus q, or this point at a distance r from this charge from this plus q charge, or this point which is at distance r from this charge, potential will remain same. फिगर में से ऐसा लग रहा है कि ये एक सर्कल है, but we have to think of three-dimensional space. It means we have to consider sphere. If we consider one sphere and if we keep charge at the center of sphere, then at each and every point of the sphere the potential will be same. Therefore that type of surface is called equipotential surface. So if you think of this point, this point, this point, this point, or this point, or this point, or this point, or this point, at each and every point on this surface potential is same. Therefore this type of surface is called equipotential surface. We know the direction of electric field due to positive charge is going away from the charge. This is the direction of electric field, that is a radial. And if we consider negative charge, then the direction of electric field will be reversed. It means the direction of electric field will be towards the negative charge if we consider negative charge then. But here I have considered positive charge, therefore direction of electric field is going away from the charge. Here equipotential surfaces of a single point charge are concentric spherical surfaces centered at the charge. It means only one sphere cannot be considered as equipotential surface. We can have many equipotential surfaces due to this point charge. It means if I consider one sphere at distance r1, then at each and every point on this sphere the potential will be same. Suppose the potential on this first sphere is V1. Now if we consider another sphere at a distance r2, then at each and every point on this sphere at a distance r2 potential will remain same, but that potential will not be V1, that will be different. That potential is, let me take V2. If I consider another sphere, then on that sphere also at each and every point the potential will be same. That potential I am taking V3. So what will be the relation between V1, V2 and V3? We know the formula of electrostatic potential due to point charge, that is V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into charge upon distance. For first sphere this R is R1, for second sphere R2, and for third sphere R3. And we know that R3 is greater than R2 and R2 is greater than R1. From figure it is clear that R3 is greater than R2 and R2 is greater than R1. As this distance increases, potential decreases. Therefore we can write V1 is greater than V2 and V2 is greater than V3. It means here on this third sphere potential will be less. Now the electric field at every point is normal to the equipotential surface passing through that point. Electric field at every point normal to the equipotential surface passing through that point. Already I have shown that in first figure. Here you can see direction of electric field that is going away from the charge. And if you consider this point, then this is the direction of electric field at this point, and that is normal to this equipotential surface locally. If you consider this point, then electric field is perpendicular to this portion of the equipotential surface. If I consider this point, then electric field is perpendicular to the portion of this equipotential surface. So we can say that electric field is always normal to the equipotential surface passing through that point. Suppose due to this positive charge, here direction of electric field is in this direction, and here I am considering point P. And if we want to move from point P to point Q, this point P and point Q both are very close to each other. And here this will be the displacement. So I am showing this displacement by dr vector. Electric field is in this direction. We are moving from point P to point Q. So here if you want to find the potential difference, then it can be written as VQ minus VP is equal to, what is the formula of VQ minus VP? That is nothing but, suppose we are moving unit positive charge plus 1 coulomb from point P to Q, then that is minus E vector dot dr vector. Actually electric force, that is QE, but Q, that is 1 coulomb. So it can be written as E vector dot dr vector, and limit will be from P to Q. VQ minus VP is equal to negative of the integration P to Q E vector dot dr vector. Now here we can remove this integration, because integration is used for summation. When we have to add this small paths, then we have to do integration, but we have considered only this one small path dr. So integration summation is not required. So directly we can write VQ minus VP is equal to minus E vector dot dr vector. Okay. But what is the potential at point P? That is V3. What is the potential at point Q? That is V3. So V3 minus V3 is equal to minus E vector dot dr vector. On each and every point on this third sphere, potential is V3, because this is equipotential surface. Therefore V3 minus V3, that is 0. So we can write this is minus, if we remove dot, then it can be written as E dr cos theta. Now we know that electric field, that is not 0. This displacement, that is very small, but that is not 0. So we can say cos theta must be 0. For which angle we get cos theta 0? For theta is equal to pi by 2. When theta is equal to pi by 2, then we will get cos theta 0. It means here angle between electric field and dr must be 90 degree. Therefore we can say that the electric field at every point is normal to the equipotential surface passing through that point. It is not necessary that every time we will get spherical equipotential surface. Shape of equipotential surface can be anything. It can be plane, it can be cylindrical, it can be sphere. So every time electric field at every point is normal to the equipotential surface passing through that point. Electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. No work is done in moving the test charge from one point to equipotential surface to other. Here, no work is done in moving this charge from P to Q. Here we are moving this charge from 1 coulomb from P to Q. Then work done in moving this charge from P to Q is VQ minus VP. But VQ, that is V3. VP, that is V3. V3 minus V3, there is 0. So we can say that no work is done in moving the test charge from one point to another on equipotential surface. For uniform electric field E vector, what will be the shape of equipotential surface? As we know electric field is always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So we have to consider planes perpendicular to the direction of electric field. Here I have considered these planes which are perpendicular to the direction of electric field. On each and every point on this surface, potential will be same. Let me take this potential as V1. For this second equipotential surface, let me take potential on each and every point to be V2. For this third surface, let me take this potential V3. And what will be the relation between V1, V2 and V3? V1, V2 and V3. All the three potentials will be same or different. From the second figure, it is clear that as we move in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. Potential on first sphere is more, potential on second sphere is less, potential on third sphere is very less in comparison to V1. So, as we move in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. So, here also we can say potential V1 will be greater than V2 and V2 will be greater than V3. Suppose this is 10 volt, then this will be 8 volt, this will be 6 volt, like that. Potential decreases as you move in the direction of electric field. Now, in the region of strong electric fields, equipotential surfaces are close together, and in the region of weak electric field, this region of equipotential surfaces are far apart. If we consider the example of electric dipole, then what will be the shape of equipotential surface? Let me show you. Here I have considered two equal and opposite charges. First, that is positive charge, this is negative charge, and direction of electric field lines, that will be from positive to negative. Electric field lines are from positive to negative. These solid lines indicate electric field lines. And here you can see for positive charge, these electric field lines are going away from the positive charge. And for this negative charge, these electric field lines are going towards the negative charge. This will be the direction of electric field. And now if we have to draw the equipotential surface, then we know that equipotential surface, electric field is perpendicular to the equipotential surface. So here at this point, equipotential surface should be like this, one plane which is perpendicular to the direction of electric field. If we consider here, then here the direction of electric field will be perpendicular to this surface. So these dotted lines indicate equipotential surfaces. Here equipotential surfaces are close to each other, and here you can see they are far apart. Here also you can see equipotential surfaces are close. So whenever equipotential surfaces are close to each other, it indicates strong electric field. If they are far apart, it means weak electric field. So this way we can draw equipotential surfaces for different system of charges. Now we will obtain relation between electric field and potential. We know that change in potential is equal to change in potential energy upon test charge. That is nothing but work done by external force upon test charge. But work done by external force is equal to negative of the work done by electric force. So change in potential is equal to minus integration E vector dot dr vector. Change in potential, that is nothing but V2 minus V1, is equal to minus integration R1 to R2 E vector dot dr vector. If we choose R1 at infinity, if we consider R1 at infinity and R2 at R, then potential V1, that is potential at infinity, but potential at infinity that we have considered 0, so we have to take V1 0, and potential at R2, that is R, that is V, so V minus 0, V is equal to minus integration r1 that is infinity to r2 that is r E vector dot dr vector. So potential at any point is given by this relation V is equal to minus integration infinite to r E vector dot dr vector. From this relation we can get electric potential using electric field. Can we get electric field using electric potential? Consider two adjacent equipotential surfaces. Here I have taken two equipotential surfaces. First equipotential surface on which potential is V0. Second equipotential surface on which potential is V0 minus dV. So dV is the potential difference between these two equipotential surfaces. Direction of electric field at this point is in this direction, E vector. And suppose I want to move unit positive charge from A to B. So this will be the direction of displacement dr vector. Angle between electric field and displacement, that is theta. So work done in moving unit positive charge from A to B is equal to F vector dot dr vector, that is E dr cos theta. When we remove dot, at the time we have to use cos theta, where theta is the angle between electric field and displacement. Actually electric force, that is QE, but Q, that is plus 1 coulomb, unit positive charge I have taken. So work done in moving charge from A to B is equal to VB minus VA. What is the potential at point B? That is V0 minus dV. Because at each and every point on this equipotential surface, potential will be V0 minus dV. V0 minus dV minus potential at A, that is minus V0. V0 minus V0 will get cancelled. What will remain? Minus dV. So work done in moving charge from A to B is equal to dV. So that is nothing but E dr cos theta is equal to minus dV. So E cos theta can be written as minus dV by dr. So from this, dV is equal to minus E vector dot dr vector. So this is a change in potential. dV is equal to minus E vector dot dr vector. dV by dr is equal to minus E we can write only when electric field and displacement both are in the same direction. It means when this theta is equal to 0, because cos 0 is equal to 1. At that time we can write E is equal to minus dV by dr. Otherwise we have to write E cos theta is equal to minus dV by dr. Here if we consider electric field in 3-dimensional space, then here I have considered this potential, equipotential surfaces V0 and potential on second equipotential surface, that is V0 minus dV. This is the direction of electric field at point A. Now we want to move charge in x direction. So displacement I am considering dx, that is from A to B. So displacement is now in x direction. Angle between displacement and electric field, that is theta. Now we can write component of electric field in x direction, that is E cos theta. So E cos theta is nothing but x component of electric field. So instead of E cos theta, I can write Ex is equal to minus del V by del x. This is the symbol of del. This indicates partial differentiation. This is only x component of electric field. We are finding x component of electric field by keeping y and z constant. So whenever we are keeping two other components constant, at the time here we have to take partial differentiation. Same way we can find y component of electric field by considering displacement in y direction. So that will be, here this is 90 minus theta. So now you can take, instead of theta, 90 minus theta, cos 90 minus theta sin theta. That is the y component of electric field. Ey is equal to minus del V by del y. Same way we can find z component of electric field. Ez is equal to minus del V by del z. So when electric field is in 3 direction, then E vector is equal to Ex I cap plus Ey j cap plus Ez k cap. So this way we can find electric field when potential is known to us. potential at any particular point is known to us. So this way we can get the relation between electric field and electric potential. Thank you.